أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Now, so we want to look at إسناد الضمائر إلى الفعل السالم. So إسناد الضمائر, joining pronouns. So joining or connecting pronouns إلى الفعل السالم, to Salim verb. I believe we all know what Salim verb implies, so I don't need to explain that. So joining verb with verb that is Salim, with verb that is free from the three weak letters, that is free from Hamza, and that is free from Tad'if Shadda. So how do we join Domir? Anta. We want to join Anta to what? To Fi'l Salim now. How are you going to join it? Are you going to say to feel like Dorab? Are you going to say Dorab Anta or Doraba Anta? No. So let's look at that. So it's not Damir Mutakallim illa al-Fi'l Salim. As we all know that in terms of denotation, that is what the pronoun is referring to, we have three types. Which is al-mutakallim, which is the speaker, the first person, al-mukhatab, which is the addressee or the addressed, that is the second person, and we have the third person, which is what? Al-ghaib. Sorry, this is Hamza, not La. Al-ghaib. So in terms of the denotation, what the pronoun is referring to, we have these three types, which are mutakallim, al-mukhatab, and al-ghaib. So the one we are doing now, we are looking at on this page, this slide, is the one of al-mutakallim, So isnadu damir al-mutakallim, joining mutakallim pronoun, joining the speaker's pronoun ilal fi'l salim, to fi'l salim. So how do we join mutakallim pronoun? Mutakallim pronoun implies what? Okay, let's look at that. We see it this one. So this is the table. We have Doma'ir. We are still going to write them, inshallah. So we have Doma'ir, we have Al-Mutakallim, which is the speaker, Al-Mutakallim. So we want to join it with Salim verb. We want to join it with Salim verb in terms of it being a past tense, present tense, or a future tense, or an imperative rather. So we want to look at the verb. The verb in terms of it being a past tense, Madi, present tense, and imperative. So we are going to look at how we can join the domir to it in Madi, to it in Mudori, and to it in Amr. So under the mutakallim can be two types. The first one is what? It can be al-mufrad or al-mufrada. So mutakallim, which is singular muzakkar, or mutakallim, which is singular muannas, feminine, singular masculine, and singular feminine. So we use a specific domain for it. So the second one here is musanna or jamu. Musanna or jamu also, we use a specific pronoun for it too. So musanna is dual. So why jamu is what? Plural, that is lot. So irrespective of their gender, whether muzakkar or muannas, they are used the same way. So let's look at the domir, the pronoun used for mufrad or mufrada. As we know in our previous lesson, is what is ana. Ana is used for mutakallim, the speaker, which is a mufrad, which is singular muzakkar or singular muannas. So ana, I. So in musanna or jamu we have nahnu, nahnu we, ana I, so nahnu we. So first let's look at let's look at how to do the isnad. How to do the isnad, how to join this ana and nahnu, how to join them to verb, how to join them to fi'l salim. Fi'l salim, okay, let's take kataba for example. Kataba. So let's take it as a case study. We want to look at kataba. We want to join domir to it in its what? In its madi, in its mudori, and in its amur. So we want to ascribe ana to domir, to fi'l salim. We want to ascribe what? Ana to what? To fi'l salim in madi. How is it going to be? Are you going to say kataba ana? That is, I wrote. Kataba ana. I wrote? No. It's going to be what? Katabutu. You can see the domir. This is domir. So to is what? To is domir. Bar is invisible, visible pronoun. Muttasil, which is which is an attached pronoun. Listen, is domir. Bar is attached pronoun. Lirofun for subject. You can see here now, katabtu, I am the subject. So I have mentioned this. In this our study now, we are not making use of the objective pronouns. We are only making use of the subjective pronouns. That is what we want to treat. We want to talk about in this class. But you can do that on your own. It's very simple by adding what? By adding the objective pronoun to the one or to the mutaaddi verb, the verb that needs object. In the case of katabtu now, kataba, I put the subject right. If I want to put the object, I'm going to say katabutuka. Though it's not possible. Or katabutuhu. Katabtuhu. Can you see it? So kataba. So we join the domain. We join the subjective pronoun to it, which is to, and we join the objective pronoun to it, which is who. Katabtuhu. So you can see we have ascribed the domir to what? To the verb. We have joined the domir to the verb, which is what? Which is madi. This is only in madi. We are actually going to look at it in mudori and in amur. So if you want to join domir mutakallim for singular masculine or singular feminine, which is ana, to salim verb, you are going to add what? To it. So this is what we are talking about. To. Katabutu. I wrote. So in the second one, which is musanna or jamu, so adding nahnu to kataba is going to be what? It's not going to be kataba nahnu. It's going to be what? Katabna. So we've actually looked at all these things in our previous lessons. If you can recall, we've looked at them. So katabna, we wrote. Katabna, we wrote. So this sentence is not complete. Why is it not complete? Because it needs an object. Though we are not putting the object here in this class. We just want to look at the subjective pronouns. So you can do the other one yourself. But I just want to emphasize that whenever you see a mutaaddi verb, the transitive verb, you will need what? It will need an object. So kataba is a transitive verb now. So it needs an object, but we are not using the object for it now. If you want to do it yourself, you can put it. You can say katabuna arisalata. Katabuna arisalata or katabunaha. Katabunaha. It means what? We wrote the letter or we wrote it. So katabna. So nahanu. If you want to ascribe nahanu to a verb now, which is salim, we say what? Katabna. So that is that in madi. So in mudori, this mudori, I have to mention the ahruful mudori. Aruful Mudori, we are going to make use of it in Mudori. That's why it's called Aruful Mudori. Mudori's letters. So they are what they are for, which are Anaitu. Anaitu. Alif Nun, Yaw, and Ta. Alif Nun, Yaw, and Ta. So this Alif and Nun, they are used for what? Mutakallim. So this Ya is used for what? Gaib. And this Ta is used for Mukhatab, the person you are speaking, you are addressing. So there are some Mudori that doesn't have domir, which their domir are embedded in it. They are not visible. They are not visible. In the case of Aktubu, the domir is not visible. But this ana, this amza is just connoting the first person singular, but it's not domir. This amza is not domir. It's just Mudori letter. It's just a Mudori letter. But some people call it domir, maybe because of the work it does there. But it's what actually is not domir. It's not domir. It's not domir. So you have to take note of that. It's not a domir. It's just a Mudori letter. So aktubu, I am writing or I write. Aktubu, I am writing or I write. So you can also say jalasa, you can say ajilisu, I am sitting or I sit. I hope you get that. So this alif is the one that is representing the ana, though it's not a what? It's not a domir. It's not a domir. I hope you get that. So in the second one we have what? Naktubu. Naktubu. So this nun is the one representing the nahnu. The nahnu. So though it's not domir, I said earlier. So naktubu, we are writing or we write. We are writing or we write. So in the case of amur, let me ask you, can you command yourself to do something? Can you command yourself? I'm Abdullah now by name, and I want to command myself to do something. Abdullah, right? Abdullah, right? I'm commanding myself. I'm talking to myself. Abdullah, right? It's not possible. You can only command the person you are talking to. You can command the person only the person you are talking to. You cannot even command the person who is not here, except you want to twist the construction of the sentence. I hope you get. So if you want to command someone who is not here, you can only send someone to him or her that Zaid, tell Ahmad to meet me in the class. Tell Ahmad to meet me. So it's a command, right? So tell Ahmad to meet me in the class right now. You are commanding him, but the Ahmad is not here. You can only command someone you are seeing. If you want to command someone you are not seeing, you have to send someone to him or twist the construction. Twist the construction. So in the case of this amuru, in the mutakalim, in the speaker denotation, it doesn't have amur, so it's going to be blank. Because you cannot command yourself. So it's going to be what? Blank. It has no amur, and here too, this one too also has no amur. I hope that is taken from mutakalim. So we've looked at how we can join domir mutakalim, which are ana and nahnu, to a Salim verb. So we have katabtu and katabna, and in Mudori we have aktubu and naktubu. Very simple. So let's look at the second one. So isnadu domir al-mukatab. Isnadu domir al-mukatab. Joining the addressed or the addressee pronoun to what? To al-fi'l salim, to a Salim verb. So how do you do that? Let's look at the template. You all know this. I don't have to explain it again. So this one, in the case of this one has the mukhatab, the singular masculine domir. Singular masculine. So mufrad. Only one person that is a male that you are talking to, that you are addressing. So we use this one for it. Then, and that is what? That is anta. Anta. I cannot use anta for a female. I cannot use anta for a female, and I cannot use anta for dual or what, or plural. I can only use anta for what? For a singular and a what? And a masculine. I hope you get that. So anta, you male, you male, you singular male that I'm talking to, I'm addressing. So anta, that is answer. So in the case of the singular female, I'll move further. Singular feminine is going to be what? Anti. I hope you're getting this. It's very simple. Just make sure you're attentive and be following with your, be here with your mind and everything you need. So anta in the case of the singular masculine, and then anti singular feminine. So anti, you female, you singular female, you singular feminine that I'm addressing. So we have the musanna muzakkar, dual masculine, two male that I'm addressing, two male that I'm addressing. It's going to be what? Antuma. Then two female that I'm addressing, dual feminine. So that one is going to be what? Antuma also. As I said earlier in the previous lesson, they are both used the same way. Two male, two female, whether masculine or feminine. Okay? So we also have jam'u, al-jam'ul muzakkar, plural masculine. That is the addressee that are what? That are plural, that are much, that are a lot, that are much, and they are what? They are male. So I'm going to say antum. Then the last one here, we have al-jam'ul mu'annas. That is what? Plural feminine. That is what? Antunna. So how can we ascribe all these domair, all these pronouns to what? To fi'l salim? How can we join them to fi'l salim in their madi form, in their mudari form, and in their amru form? How do we do that? Let's go. So in the first one we have anta, right? So anta, joining anta to kataba, the verb we used earlier, kataba. So joining anta to kataba is not going to be kataba anta, you wrote. Are you following? It's not going to be kataba anta. It's going to be what? It's going to be katabuta. You wrote. Masculine, singular, masculine. So in the case of the anti, the feminine is going to be what? Katabuti. You singular feminine wrote. You wrote. But the you there is what is used for what? Is singular. It denotes singular feminine. Then antuma is going to be what? Katabtuma. You dual masculine wrote, and also you dual feminine wrote. It's still going to be katabtuma. I want you to be noting the dual. The dual is very simple. Either masculine or feminine, they are both the same thing. So we have antuma. We have katabtuma. So there is no issue on that. But the al-jam'ul muzakkar, the antum, ascribing it to kataba, is going to be katabutum. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. So it's just that this anta, the an is eliminated, deleted. The an here is deleted. The an here is deleted. An here. and we have the ta ti tuma tuma tun. You have to, if, there is a formula you can give this. You can give it yourself, like pronouncing it ta ti tuma tuma tun ta ti tuma tuma tun ta ti tuma tuma tun ta ti tuma tuma tun. So with that you can easily get it whenever you need it, and it's going to be very very interesting if you can make use of the formula. So let's go. So katabtum means what? You plural masculine wrote. You lot masculine you wrote. So that is that. So the last one here we have atunna. Ascribing atunna to kataba is going what? Katabutun. You are erasing the an there, and you are left with what? Tun. We erase the an and we are left with what? Tum. We erase the an and we are left with what? Tuma. I hope you get that. So katabutun, it means what? You plural feminine wrote. You plural feminine wrote. The female I'm talking to, don't forget, is the mukatop. Don't forget the mukatop. The mukatop, the addressee or the address, the person you are speaking, you are addressing. You plural feminine wrote is what? Katabtun. You plural feminine sat is what? Jalastun. You plural feminine understood is what? Fahimtun. Though if you are translating it, you don't have to be putting the plural feminine, the dual masculine. No, you don't need that. But because I'm explaining I'm explaining it, that I'm just putting the plural feminine. You is you. You is you in English language. You are writing. But in Arabic language, we use different pronouns for them. That is why I'm explaining. You have ta, ti, tuma, tum, tunna. All these pronouns in English language, they are all you. Like in the first one, we have katabta, you wrote. Katabti in English language is still you wrote. The third one, katabtuma, both of you wrote. It's still you are using. Katabtuma, female, is still you wrote. Katabtum, you wrote. Katabtuna, you wrote. I hope you can see the beauty in Arabic language. They are all different. They are all. If I say katabtum, people will easily know I'm talking to males. To males. So that is that on the Madi. So on the Mudori, don't forget your Anayi too is very very important. The Aruful Mudori, yeah. Don't forget your Anayi too, the Aruful Mudori, yeah. And we've used what? And we've used Alif and Nun for what? For Mutakallim. The one we are using here, all true is what? It's star. It's star. You. Tef alu, tejlisu, tarakulu, things like that. So ta, because we are talking, it's denoting the what? The mokato, the addressee. The addressee. So that is that. So let's look at how it goes. In anta, it's going to be tektubu. You are writing or you write. You are writing or you write. So the present tense form. You are writing or you write. Or you will write. Don't forget Mudori also mean a future tense. So we are not. This is a topic I'm not going to dwell into. So tektubu, you are writing or you write. So this star is not the domir, but it also means you. It also means you masculine. You singular masculine. So that is that. So the second one on al mufrada is what? Tektubi. This one is very very technical. A lot of people dwell into this mistake whenever they are speaking with a female and they forget the female. The way we talk to a female is different from the way we talk to a male. If you want to say a male is writing, you say what? Tektubu. If it's a female, you have to add this yaw and nun to it. You have to add what? This yaw and nun to it. Tektubi. You female, you are writing. And that you female is what? Is a singular feminine. It's not dua, it's not jamun. It's a singular what? Feminine. You female, you are writing. I can say, oh Aisha, tektubi. Ya Aisha, tektubina ar-risalata. Oh Aisha, you are writing a letter. you are writing a letter. Oh Aisha, you are writing a letter. Oh Zainab, ya Zainab taktubina risala. Oh Zainab, ya Zainab, limaza tajlisina hunaka. Limaza tajlisina hunaka. Why are you sitting there? Why are you sitting there? Tajlisin. You're going to say what tajlisin. You're going to add the yaw and nun to it. It's very, very important. If you don't add it to it, it's a blunder in Arabic. It's a blunder in Arabic. So you have to add the yaw and nun. Tefahamin, takulin, tajlisin, ta'murin, tajmulin, and things like that. Just make sure the yaw and nun is there, but the ta is still the ta because you are facing the person is the person you are talking to. So in the case of the mukhatab, the ta is going to be there all through. So in the case of the dual masculine, we have tektuban. You dual masculine, you dual masculine are writing. You dual masculine are writing. So I can say ya Zainab, ya Zaid wa ya Ahmad maza tektuban. What are the both of you writing? Zaid and Ahmad, what are you writing? So in Arabic language is what is alif and nun that denotes that. Alif and nun that denotes what? That denotes that. So alif and nun is used for musanna, dual. You add alif and nun to the tektubu. You can see if you make use of the tektubu. But the last letter will be changing because of what you want to add to it. We are adding yaw and nun to this one and we give it kesra. We are adding alif and nun to it and we give it what? Fatha. Tektuban. I hope we get that tektuban. So that is in the case of the dual masculine. In the case of the dual feminine, it's also the same thing. Tektuban. Ya Aisha wa ya Zainab maza tektuban. Maza tektuban. What are the both of you writing? So that is that. Then in the case of the plural masculine, it's going to be what? It's going to be tektubun. It's waw and nun that denotes the what? That denotes the plural there. Waw and nun. So when in your grammar, let me mention this. In your grammar, you will be taught what is called af'al al-kamsa. Al-af'al al-kamsa. So this af'al al-kamsa is just your normal verb. Tajlisu, tektubu. Your normal verb. Af'al al-kamsa, firstly, they come from what? From fi'l mudari. Af'al al-kamsa means specialized 5 verbs that has a specific ruling in Arabic. Specialized 5 forms of verb that has a specific rulings in Arabic. So these verbs are from fi'l mudari. They are from present tense verb. Are you noting that? They are from what? Present tense verb. The only thing they manipulate in that present tense verb is what, like, is either the present tense verb is starting with what? Ta, or is starting with ya. That is the truth. It cannot start with alif. It cannot start with nun. Is either it's starting with what? Ta, or it's starting with ya. So what they manipulate there is that they add yaw and nun, yaktubu or tektubu. So they now add 3 things. They add what? 3 things. In the case of the ta, they add 3 things. In the case of the ta, they add what? Yaw and nun. Yaw and nun, like in the case of tektubin, tajlisin, ta'murin, and things like that. So they add yaw and nun. In the case of the ta also, they add what? They add alif and nun to denote what? To denote dual. So the case of the yaw, this yaw and noon is just to denote feminine. Mukatab feminine, the person you are speaking with that is a feminine, a female. So in the case of this one, is just to denote what? The dual, alif and noon. In the case of the yaw, the ta is also the ta. They also add what? Wow and noon. Wow and noon to denote or to denote plural. And in the case of the ya, don't forget this one I mentioned now there for the ta. And in the case of the ya, that is starting the present tense verb with ya, they use what? They use alif and noon also to denote dual, and wow and noon to denote what? To denote plural. So these are the things they change there. They change all these things to give it different meaning. In the case of the ta, you know the ta is the person you are talking to. Then the ta, when you add the ta to when you add this yaw and the ta to present tense verb like tek to be, it's going to be what? You female, you singular female that I'm speaking with, you are writing. So if in the case of this ta and alif and noon, it's going to be what? Tek to bani. Like in the case of tek to bani here, they add the alif and noon to tektubu. Become what? Tektubu means you, right? You female. You singular male. You singular masculine. I'm talking to. You are writing. So they add the alif and noon to it to become tektubani, to mean you dual. And they add wow and noon to mean you plural. So in the case of the ya, they add alif and noon to become you. That is gaib. Don't forget the ya is used for gaib. So they add alif and noon to indicate that you gaib that are dual. And this wow and noon also to indicate you gaib that are what? That are jamu, that are plural. So that is how they manipulate it and give it different meaning. So I'm not meant to explain this, just for you to take the alif and noon, wow and noon, and yaw and noon serious. If you don't really understand it, just become. It's very, very simple. You can get that later. It's a topic on its own, a wide topic on its own. It's a wide topic on its own. So at least from what I explained, you can still get something. So let's go back to our lesson. So tektubun means what? You, plural masculine, you are writing. So what denotes the plural there is what? Is this wow. So what denotes the dual here is the alif. So what denotes the feminine here is the yaw here, yaw and noon. So here is alif and noon, here is wow and noon. So the last one we have tektubna. This one has only noon. Tektubna. You. So you plural feminine. You plural feminine are writing, or you write. So in the case of the amur, is very, very simple. The imperative is very, very simple. Once you know how they manipulate the stuff, that is the in the case of the alif and noon, how they use the alif and noon, wow and noon, yaw and noon. So it's very simple. Just in the case of the amur, you just have to erase. Okay, let's go. The first one is what? Uktub. You know that you are commanding the person you are seeing, which is a singular masculine. The person, the addressee, that is a singular masculine address. You are commanding him. You are going to say what? Uktub, right? Uktub, right. So in the case of the singular feminine, is going to be what? Uktubi. The ya will be there, but the nun will be what? Will be deleted, eliminated. Uktubi. So in the case of this, the second one, the other one, which is dual masculine, is going to be what? Uktuba. Here we have Uktuba also. You can see they are erasing the nun. Uktub, Uktubi, Uktuba. October. Then this one is going about October. They are erasing the noon. They are erasing the noon. This noon, that's what they are eliminating in the imperative. So there's a reason why they are doing that. In your grammar, you will learn that. You will learn that. So don't forget also the no the amur. The amur is always meant to take what? To take sukun. To take sukun at the end. As sukun. Hope you get. So this one are not taking sukun, right? They are not taking sukun. So it's the noon that has been eliminated that are representing the sukun there. Are you following? A noon is eliminated here. Normally we have is tektubin, right? The noon is there. But in Amuru we say what? Uktubi. We do not say uktubin. So erasing the noon is what is depicting, that is representing the sukun that is supposed to be there. So this one too, sukun is there, but the sukun is replaced by the noon that has been eliminated. The noon that has been eliminated, that is what is representing the sukun there. And also here and here. I hope you get that. So uktub, uktubi, that's for singular feminine. Uktuba, that is for dual masculine. Uktuba, that is also for dual feminine. Uktubu, that is for what? That is for plural masculine. So the last one we have uktubna. Uktubna. You just add the noun to it. You just add the noun to it. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. So let's look at the last one. It's not the domain. It's not the domain guide. Joining domain guide. Domain guide, the third person singular. To what? To fail Salim. To fail Salim. So let's look at that also. The first one here we have mufrad. I'm explaining that we have the mufrad is what? Hua. Hua. The guy, the person that is not present, that I'm referring to. E. You know E is not here. Even though he's here, I'm not addressing him. So E. Hua. So E. That's for what? That is for singular masculine. So al mufrada, that is what? Here. Here. That's for what? That's for singular feminine. Huwa, here, he, she. So we have al musanna al muzakkar. That is what? That is dual masculine. Dual masculine, which is what? Woman. Woman. Then the second one also is also woman. The dual feminine is also what? Woman. Dual feminine is also woman. You can see the masculine musanna and the feminine musanna. They are both the same thing. They are both the same thing. So here al jamul muzakkar, the plural masculine, is going to be what? Is going to be whom. Whom, by eliminating this alif. This alif. So we eliminate alif and it becomes what? It becomes whom. So we have jamu al muannas, the plural feminine, which is what? Hunna. 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 So this one too, we have huwa, hiya, huma, hum, hunna. Huwa, hiya, huma, hum, hunna. So don't forget the other one, we have anta, anti, antuma, antuma, antum, antunna. Here, this one we have huwa, hiya, huma, hum, hunna. So make sure you form your own formula for it, and make sure you have a way of remembering it. So whenever you need it, you should be able to remember that whom is used for plural masculine. Hunna is used for plural feminine. So that are under what? Guide. They are under guide. So let's look at how to join this domain to fi'l Salim in Madi, Mudari, and Amr. The first one we are looking at is the Madi. So the Madi here is going to be what? In the case of Huwa, it's going to be Kataba. Don't forget, I said in our previous lesson that kataba, that this hua has no what? Has no visible pronoun in joining it with a verb. Hua has no visible pronoun in joining it with a verb. If you want to join hua to a verb, the pronoun, the hua, is not going to show. It's just going to be invisible in that verb. In the case of kataba now, kataba, you know kataba is a verb, to write, right? To write. So now I want to say he write. Where is that e? That e is there, but is invisible. That e is there, but what is invisible. All the verbs we are saying, kataba, jalasa, alima, and things like that, they are there. The pronouns are there, but they are not showing. So in the case of the kataba, the hua is going to be kataba. In the case of the hiya, the singular feminine is going to be same kataba. That one also has no domir. But what we use to differentiate the singular feminine from singular masculine is what? Is the ta that we added to it. Katabat. This ta is called tautanis. The feminine ta, as sakina, that always takes sukun. Tautanis as sakina. The feminine ta, that what? That takes sukun. Katabat, fahimat, jalasat, alimat, jamulat. So are you getting it? So the domir is actually embedded there. It's actually invisible. But this ta is just there to differentiate the feminine from the masculine. So here is doing what? Katabat. We also have huma. We have huma for the dual masculine. So huma, joining huma to a verb is going to be what? It's going to be kataba. It's not going to be katabu huma. It's not going to be what? Katabu huma. It's going to be what? It's going to be kataba. This is the alif. This is the musanna alif. Kataba, katabat, kataba. Then in the feminine also we also have what? Katabata. That is adding alif to the one of what? To the one of mufrad. You add the alif, the dual alif, to the one of mufrad to mean dual. Are you getting it? You add alif to the kataba, it becomes what? Kataba. So you add alif to the katabat to become what? Katabata. So kataba, katabat, kataba, katabata. Then in the case of whom, by now you should be able to know what whom will be by joining the domir to it. Which domir? Wow. Wow will jamu. The wow is called wow will jamu. The plural wow. This alif is called aliful lisnain. Aliful lisnain. What? The dual alif. Then wow is called wawul jamaa, wawul jamu or wawul jamaa, which means what? Which means the plural wow. The wow is there to denote that the verb is what is referring to to people, to some people. That is, there are lots, there are much. It's not a singular, it's not a dual. So the whom joining with the verb is going to what? Katabu. It's going to be katabu. So this is the plural wow. Wow will jamu. Wow will jamu. So you just add alif and this alif to it. You add the alif to it and that's all. So katabu, they wrote. They wrote. Then in the case of this one, it's going to be what? It's going to be katabna. 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 So it's very, very simple. Kataba, katabat, kataba, katabata, katabu, katabna. Kataba, katabat, kataba, katabata, katabu, katabna. So make sure you perfect this thing. It's going to help you a lot. And the one we are doing now, we are in Fi'l Sahih Salim. Inshallah, in our next class, in our next lesson, I'm not going to be wasting my time on all this. I'll just explain and leave, because it's getting boring. As you know, sorrowful is a boring subject, but don't make it boring to you, because if you make it boring to you, you are not going to get it. Just make sure you are following, and try to have acronyms for your lender. So in the case of the hua, try to form it by singing with it. Hua hiya huma huma hum hunna. Hua hiya huma huma hum hunna. So in the case of in the previous one, we have ka ki kuma kuma kum kunna. Ka ki kuma kuma kum kunna. So like this one now, kataba katabat kataba katabata katabu katabna. Kataba katabat kataba katabata katabu katabna. So try to study it and cram it. So in the case of the Mudori, it's somehow technical. Just pay attention. Pay attention. So the hua is going to be what? Yektubu. You know this already. Yektubu. He is writing. So this is the yaul Mudori, the heartful Mudori, which is what? Ya. In the case of this gaib, in case of gaib, the ya is not used all through. You know the Mokatab, we use star all through. Tektubu, tektubin, tektuban, tektubun, tektubna. How we get? But in the case of this one, is not what? Is not yaw all through. It's not yaw all through. Okay, yaktubu means what? He is writing. So that's that. So the second one, which is singular feminine, is going to what? It's going to be. It's not going to be yektubu. It's going to be tektubu. Tektubu. You can see we have two tektubu. If I can say tektubu and mean what? And mean singular masculine. Singular masculine in terms of mukhatab. The person I'm talking to, that is what? That is singular masculine. I can say tektubu. If you've done that in our previous slide, tektubu. How we get? In the case of mukhatab, the person the addressee, the person I'm addressing, I can say tektubu. You, singular masculine, you are writing. And also tektubu, the same tektubu is used for gaib. Gaib, singular feminine. Singular feminine. To mean what? To mean she. She is writing. She is writing. You are not going to say yektubu and mean she is writing. You are not going to say yektubu. You are going to say tektubu. You are going to make use of ta. That's why I said it's technical. It's technical. Make sure you practice it and know it. Though it's simple, but it's technical. So a lot of people make mistakes there and try to not fall in that category. But let me make it easy. So the next one is kataba. The woman is going to what? Is going to be yektubani. This one is with the normal ya. The normal ya for gaib. They just add the yaw and the alif and nun to it. The alif and nun are just added to it to indicate the dual, that the verb is what is referring to dual. Yektubani. They, the both of them, they dual masculine. They dual masculine are writing. So also in the case of the woman, for the dual feminine, that one is what? Tektubani. By adding alif and nun to this one. Adding alif and nun to the what? To the singular feminine. To mean what? Tektubani. They, dual feminine. Like Zainab and Aisha are playing at the backyard. They are playing in the field. So I hope you get that. So tektubani for what? For dual feminine. And for plural masculine is what? Is yektubun. The yaw is there. The yaw is there. The only difference here is that the ta, we are supposed to use ta. We are supposed to use ya for singular feminine, but we use ta. We are supposed to use ya for dual feminine, we use ta. That is the only difference there. So just note the difference and make the necessary correction if you are already making the mistake. So yektubun, they plural masculine are writing with what? With the waw jamaa and the noon. Yaktubun, they are writing. Then the last one is what? Yaktubna. Yaktubna. They, plural feminine, are writing. They are writing. So also here we can say it has ya all true except in what? In singular feminine and dual feminine. In singular what? Feminine and dual feminine. So that is that. In case of amur, it has no amur because you cannot command the person you are not addressing. If Zaid is in London now and I'm talking, I said, Zaid, sit down. Zaid who is not here that is in London. Zaid, write this letter. Zaid who is not here that is in Jamaica. It's not possible. It's not what is not possible. So all through here it has no imperative. The only imperative we use imperative for the person you are addressing, the mukhatab, the addressee. That is only when we use amur. Zaid, sit down. Because I'm saying Zaid, that's why I said he should sit down. Because I'm addressing him, that's why I said he should write. Zaid, write letter. Because I'm addressing him, that's why I can say Zaid, eat your food. So that is that on the isnad الضمائر إلى الفعل السالم. It's not ضمائر الفعل السالم. So we looked at it in terms of it being referring to mutakallim, the speaker, the first person, the mukhatab, the second person, and the ghaib, the third person. In terms of the singular, dual, and what, and plural, and in terms of its masculine and feminine, and in terms of its detachment and its attachment. So, and in terms of it being in Madi, the Mudori, and it's in Amur. So I hope you understand the lesson. It's very, very simple and straightforward. So make sure you practice on it. You practice by talking to your friend, conversing with your friend in Arabic. So all those little things will later become a whole lot of things. Inshallah. May Allah make it easy for us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.